Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Di, and today I'm sharing with you my TBR game rotating decks, where I have Uno cards help me pick my prompts to create part of my monthly TBR. So this is August's round. I kind of can't believe we're already doing August, but it is what it is. So I should probably let you know how I did in the month of July first. So in July, I ended up with only one prompt, and that prompt was to read a Book One Cozies Club second, which basically means that I should read a second book in one of the books that we read for Book One Cozies Club, which was a cozy mystery book club that I had hosted for around 5 years. And so I had said that I was going to read Phantoms and Felonies, the second book in the Haunted Mansion mystery series by Lucy Ness. I have not yet started this book. I am filming this on July 22nd, so I do have one more full week and a couple days in the month. I also am participating in 2 readathons in the last week of July. So I'm hoping that this book will fit one of the prompts that I have for one of the 2 readathons. So that's why I haven't cracked into this one yet. If by the middle of next week I still don't have a prompt that will fit this book, I will start it. But I'm kind of holding out, hoping that one of the prompts will work for this book. I don't think it'll take me very long to read. It's less than 300 pages, so it should be fine. Plus, it's a cozy mystery, and cozy mysteries are usually pretty easy reads for me. So that's where I am with that. So as far as August goes, I do have plans to participate in 2 readathons. One of them being the Orilium Magical Readathon Autumn Equinox. I've been participating in this one for a bit now, and I'm really enjoying it. So it's now time for my character, Melisande Kova, to go back to the Orilium Academy and complete another semester towards her Master of Elements career. And so I'm going to be working on that. And then the first week of August, I'm going to be participating in the 801 Festival, or Boys Love Festival Readathon, that's being hosted by 365 801. And we're pretty much just basically reading BL manga for the entire week, or BL stories. I do have intentions of reading quite a bit more of the BL manga that I have on my shelves, but I do want to incorporate some male novels that I also have. So I will be striving to do that in the first week of August as well. So I guess it's now time to flip you over to the gameplay for this month's round. We are switching out the card deck, and so you'll get to see the new card deck in play. And so yeah, let me flip you over to that right now, and I will be back with you in a bit. So here is the setup for our August round of rotating decks. As per the poll, we had a tie. So I'm going to put up a screenshot of the poll results, because last time when I tried to show it to you on my tablet, it was a little bit glary. I don't think you could see it well. But yes, Unicorns and Jurassic World Dominion were the 2 that had the most votes. And so I looked back at the videos, and I saw that we had used Jurassic World Dominion most recently. So I decided to go ahead and go with the Unicorns deck. So now that we have chosen the deck, I'm going to go ahead and clear the results for the poll, so you can continue voting for the next deck that we use the next time I get a wild, or the next time we do change out the deck. Because if I don't get a wild within 3 gameplays, then I do go ahead and change the deck. So if you'd like to let your voice be known on which deck you'd like to see used in the gameplay next, definitely go down to the link in the description box below and vote for the deck that you'd like to see played next. So, like I said, we're using the Unicorns deck. I think we've only used this deck maybe once while we were playing. And so, yeah, it's a nice, colorful deck. And so, as per usual, I have already shuffled the deck. So I'm going to have my daughter go ahead and cut the deck so that you know that I don't know what is on the top of this deck. Okay, so we're going to do 3 pulls as usual. Let's hope that the prompts go nicely with the prompts that I have to fulfill for the Orilium Magical Readathon. And so, yeah, let's go. First card is that is a lovely skip card. So that works really well with flexibility for my readathon prompts that I need to take care of for the readathon. So next card will be another skip. How fortuitous. I'm not complaining though. I am not complaining. So our last card, hopefully, will be another skip. How is that possible? That is quite surprising. So I ended up with 3 skips this month, which means I don't have to read any prompts. This is great. This is great considering the amount of prompts I actually have to fulfill for the Magical Readathon. So I am very, very happy with this selection. I can't be any happier. So I think that's all that there is to say. So let me tell you what I have chosen for my Orilium Magical Readathon prompts, as well as the 801 Festival Readathon, which is happening in the first week of August. So yeah, let me tell you what I will be reading for both of those readathons. Okay, that was kind of spectacular. I don't know how that happened. 3 skip cards. The universe must be like really working in my favor right now. Maybe it's because I've been kind of stressed lately and it just wants to give me a break. If so, I really, really appreciate it. Hopefully that doesn't mean that September's round will backfire on me, because don't need to have a round that backfires on me on my booktube anniversary and birthday month. So hopefully that's not what's about to happen. But with the readathons that I have planned for August, I definitely can't complain. So 3 skips. I don't know what the chances of that ever happening again will be, but I'll take it for this month. So that pretty much means that I don't have to read anything for my game this month, which is awesome. That being said, I had already mentioned to you that I do have plans to participate in 2 readathons in the month of August. So let me get to what I will be reading for the Orilium Magical Readathon Autumn Equinox semester first. Then I'll go into the Monochrome Manga Club reads. The Monochrome Manga Club is an in-real-life manga club that I host at a local Barnes & Noble, where we read 2 first-in-a-series reads, and we are currently doing 2 full-series reads. So I'll get into that after the Orilium Readathon selections, and then we'll talk about what my plans are for the 801 Boys Love Festival Readathon. So I am, like I said, planning on continuing my studies for my Master of Elements career. And so I have 8 prompts that I need to complete. And so we'll just go right off the top with my classes and then what I've chosen for those selections. So the first class up is Elemental Studies, and for this I need a distinguished ranking, and so I need to read 3 separate prompts for this particular class. So the first prompt was Earth in the title, and so I have to read a book with Earth in the title. This was very difficult for me. There were definitely some titles that came out like immediately in my head, but I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to be reading those books, and so I didn't want to read what everybody else was reading. Plus, one of the books that has Earth in the title, I just finished in the month of July. So that was out. And so I scoured for another book that had Earth in the title, And I came up with this one, so hopefully it's good. It's called Out of the Earth. It's the first book in the Out of the Earth series by Jake Bible. So in this story, we pretty much have a super volcano that blows up in Yellowstone National Park. And out of the lava and ashes come these gigantic monsters that start wreaking havoc on society. And that's pretty much all I know about this one. I know it's available on Kindle Unlimited, and I do have access to the audiobook through Hoopla. So hopefully this will be really good. Plus, I do have some of Jake Bible's ocean creature, like more megalodon or shark type books on my TBR as well. I've had those on my radar for much longer than this one. I didn't even know he had this series. And it is a 4-book series, I believe. I'm not sure if that's complete or if it's still in progress, but I know there are 4 books in the series out right now. So I'm interested to see what this book is like. Hopefully it's good. Like I said, I do have other books from this author on my TBR already. And so, yeah, that is what I will be reading for my first designation. The second one is to read a book over 500 pages. And so I'm going to use for this one of the Monochrome Manga Club series reads, and that is Full Metal Alchemist. So this is volumes 7, 8, and 9 in the 3-in-1 edition. So this is 3-in-1 edition volume 3 by Hiromu Arakawa, published by Viz, rated teen. So I'm sure all of you know what Full Metal Alchemist is about. We follow our 2 characters here on the cover, Ed and Al, and they are off on adventures. Ed is a state alchemist, and that gives him access to lots of things. They're currently investigating some mysteries, and they're kind of also looking for a way to get Al his body back, because you can see Al is a suit of armor here. So yes, I really enjoyed the series. This is the first time I'm reading through the manga series. I have watched both the anime adaptations, and I really enjoyed that as well. So yes, I've been really enjoying that, and this comes in at 552 pages, so that works perfectly for that class. And then the last class I need to take for elemental studies is Snake on the Cover. And so for this one, I've decided that I am going to read Phantom Tales of the Night volume 9 by Matsuri. This one is published by Yen Press, rated older teen. So you can see there that there are snakes on the cover. Right here is a good one. So this is a series about our innkeeper who is here, who runs an inn and trades sanctuary for secrets. There are a bunch of short stories in these volumes. I've been really enjoying the series, but it's been a while since I've read a volume from this series. So I do actually have to read volume 8 before I can get to this one. I might be able to do that based on whatever prompts I get for the 2 readathons that I'm participating in at the end of July. But if not, I'll just read volume 8 as like an extra, and then I'll read this for my Snake on the Cover prompt. So that is what I will be reading for that. The next class I need to take is Shape-Shifting, and for that one I need to take just one class, and that is to read a book with vampires in it. And so for this one, I've decided to revisit and hopefully continue Vampire Dormitory by Emma Toyama. So I had read the first, I think, 2 volumes of Vampire Dormitory a few years ago, and I enjoyed it. It's still releasing, I believe. And so this is about a girl who is cross-dressing because she is kind of homeless. She's kind of been rejected by what family she has left. So she was orphaned, and then nobody wanted to take her in. So she's kind of living on the streets right now. And to keep herself safe, she cross-dresses as a boy. And one day she gets into a situation where she gets saved by a vampire. And as thanks, the vampire wants her to become his thrall, thinking that she is a boy. And he can't stand drinking boys' blood. And her blood is particularly disgusting. And so he proposes that she move into their dormitory, which is an all-boys dormitory, which shouldn't be a problem, right? Because she's cross-dressing as a boy. Nobody knows that she's a girl. But her living with them could cause her secret to come out. I really enjoyed what I had read, though I don't remember too much about what I had read because it's been a few years, but I really want to revisit what I did read and then hopefully continue with this series. Obviously full of vampires, the story. The dormitory she's moving into is full of vampires, so lots of vampires, and so that's what I'm going to be using for that prompt. The next class I need to take is Animal Studies, and for this one we're supposed to do a pet pick. Now I don't have a pet, and I know that G had said that we could pick a stack and then use a video that she was going to film with her cat. But I decided that since I was going to be at my Monochrome Manga Club meeting, that I'd have my Manga Club members help me out with this. So it is still a random pick, and I will put in the footage as I am talking here. So basically, I brought out my Grell jar. My Grell jar you've seen a couple of times. I usually pull it out for readathons or things like that. And it's a candle vessel that was a candle of Grell from Black Butler, who was a like cinnamon and pomegranate candle from Otaku Sense. And inside this vessel are slips of paper with all of the series names that I had when I created the vessel. So it's a bit outdated, but that's okay because there's still lots of series in there that I haven't yet read on my shelves. So I had a few of my Manga Club members come and pull a slip of paper from the jar, and then I had my daughter pick one of the slips of paper, and the selection that was chosen was Inuyasha. So I will be reading volume 1 of Inuyasha for the pet prompt. This again is another very, very well-known series about our female character here named Kagome. Her family runs a shrine, and they have a well on their property, and she accidentally falls in one day, and it transports her to the feudal era, where she meets up with Inuyasha, who is our character here, who is half dog demon, and they go off on adventures with each other, trying to find the fragments of the Shikon jewel, but not until after they get on better terms with each other, because they do have a rough meeting. So yes, this is a series that I've watched a few times and I really enjoy it, but I've never read the manga. At least I don't think so. If I did, I only read like the first couple volumes, but it was like years ago. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing what this is like. I will probably not be continuing with this one for a while though after I read this volume, just because I am in the middle of a few longer series and a few classic series, and I just would like to not read so many of these super popular series at the same time. But this one's definitely on my radar to read at some point, and so I'm interested to see what I think of the art style and what I remember of watching it and just revisiting these characters. So that is what I will be reading for Pet Pick. So my next class is Astronomy, and for this one the prompt was to read a book that has a word in the title from the name of the last song you listened to. So on the way back from the Monochrome Manga Club meeting, I took some footage of the song that played as I had parked my car in my garage. So the song was What You Want from FT Island. And so even though the title of the song actually has you as the letter U, I'm going with you, the word you. So for this one, I'm choosing I Cannot Reach You, Volume 1 by Mika. This is published by Yan Press, rated teen. So this is a BL story. It seems like it's going to be pretty wholesome, about these two friends who either one or both have feelings for the other that transcends friendship. And so I'm really looking forward to getting into this one. This is also BL, so it'll work perfectly for the 801 Readathon at the beginning of the month. So that's great as well. And I'm really looking forward to this one. So that is that one. And then I have one more class, and I need to read 2 things for that class. So the class is Restoration, and the first prompt is to start a book before bed. And for this one, I'm leaving it open because any of the things that I read outside of what I just told you, I could read before bed. I typically do a majority of my reading before bed, and so it's really easy for me to start something before bed. So I'm just going to leave that slot open for right now, and I'll fill it in later. And then the second prompt for the class was to read a book in a different spot each time you pick it up. And so I don't think that's going to be a problem either, especially if I read one of the Monochrome Manga Club reads, because that's usually a one and done for me. And so I'm leaving that one open for right now as well. So that being said, let me tell you what we will be reading for the Monochrome Manga Club. So like I said, we do read 2 first in a series reads, and we are doing 2 full series reads. So I already told you about Full Metal Alchemist. The other series read that we are doing is Persona 4. So we will be reading volumes 3 and 4 of Persona 4 by Shuji Sogabe and Atlas, published by Udon Entertainment, and I believe these would be rated older teen. So this is kind of a mysterious high school murder mystery type story. It is based on the video game. I have watched the anime adaptation as well as watched some of my daughter play this game, and I really enjoyed it. And so I've been really enjoying the first 2 volumes, and so I'm excited to see what happens in these 2 volumes. And so I will be continuing with that. And then as far as our first in a series reads, we will be reading volume 1 of Run Away With Me Girl by Botan. This one's published by Kodansha, rated older teen. This was a recommendation from one of my Monochrome Manga Club members. And this is a GL story about our 2 characters here on the cover. They dated when they were in high school, but when high school was over, one of them broke up the relationship, saying that they needed to stop playing around. Fast forward a few years later, and they meet up again. The one that broke up the relationship is now soon to be married to a man, and the other realizes she still has feelings for her past girlfriend. And so the story kind of explores what happens with everything between them now in the future. So I'm really looking forward to getting this one. It's Girls Love, and it sounds like it's going to be really interesting. The art style also looks very interesting to me. And so yes, I'm really excited to read about this one and discuss it with my member. She already read this one, and so she was eager to talk to us about it. And so I'm looking forward to having that discussion. And then our other first in a series read is going to be volume 1 of Colorless by Kent. This is published by 7 Seas, rated teen. So this series takes place in a world that has no color. A cosmic disaster changed Earth forever. And we have a lone wolf investigator named Avidia who relies on his wits and extraordinary gun to hunt down the world's last hidden scraps of color. But he crosses paths with a very special girl, one who just might hold the key to bring back what the world has lost. So it says it's a stylish noir punk thriller set in a world stripped of both color and humanity. So I thought this sounded really interesting. You can kind of see little bits of color here on the cover. And as I flip throughout the volume, there are bits of color in the volume as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how all that color plays into the story. I'm also looking forward to seeing how other colors come in, because the next volumes have different colors on the covers. So yes, really interested in seeing how this one plays out. And so I think that's all I have actually planned to read in the month of August. Now, as far as the 801 Festival or Boys Love Festival Readathon that's being hosted by 365 801, I do have a few other BL manga titles that I had not read for the Manga Pride Readathon, so I'd like to get to some of those. And then I'd also like to read some male novels, including maybe the second Fence novel, since I read the first one for the Manga Pride Readathon. And then I also might want to continue with the Criminal Intentions series by Cole McCade by reading the second one, and that is a male a police procedural type series that kind of plays out like a TV show. So yeah, that's definitely like my plan for the first readathon, the 801 Festival Readathon. And so yeah, I am very, very lucky that my TBR game played along with me and is allowing me to have as much flexibility as I can to complete both of these readathons. Now, as far as the Orilium Magical Readathon, there are a couple different side things that I can also complete, but my main priority is going to complete my semester for my career, which is Master of Elements. If I have time after I get done with my classes, I would like to complete the Impling Quest, or side quest, the quest to get an Impling. And there's a little diagram with a bunch of different prompts on it. And so I actually found a book that will fit all of those prompts. So I only need to read one book to get my Impling. And so that book is Five Nights at Freddy's, Fazbear Frights Volumes 1 and 2. This is Into the Pit and Fetch. So this is a 2-in-1 edition. I picked this up when I was in Hawaii at the Sam's Club there last year. And so, yeah, if I read this, I can get my Impling because it is between 400 and 450 pages. Let me just tell you how much it is right now. It is 444 pages, so that fits. There's blue on the cover, so there's some blue there. It's an author that I've read before, so Scott Cawthon. I did read the Five Nights at Freddy's trilogy. What other was there? Oh, 2 letters, same 2 letters in the title, so there's plenty of double letters here, F's and D's, and so there's that. I can start this one at night, and so there's that. And so yes, this book will fit all of the prompts for my Impling, so this is definitely one that I would like to read to get that Impling. And then there's also another quest to get your Dragon Rider's license, which you have to read like 2 books that feature dragons and then watch something that has a dragon in it. So if I have time, I definitely want to strive to get my Dragon Rider's license. And then there's an occupation that I can get as a bog collector. And for that one, I need to read 2 books that have water on the cover because there's no water near me that I can actually read next to. So 2 books with water on the cover. And then I need to watch an animal documentary, which is not going to be a problem because I'm still in the mood for shark documentaries. And so I definitely want to go for that occupation as well. So not having any set prompts for this game has really, really opened me up to do as much as I possibly can for my Orilium Magical Readathon and my career there and building this life for my character. And so I'm really, really looking forward to it. Not only that, the camaraderie and the amount of content that comes out that everybody's like filming during Orilium Magical Readathon months is amazing. And so it really, really like helps my reading appetite, I guess. I can definitely say that July was more of a laid back month for me. I definitely am not reading as much or finishing as much as I did in June, but I think that was for the best considering what I am planning for August. So I'm really, really pumped for both readathons that I'm going to participate in. And so yes, let me know down in the comments below if you are also participating in either of those readathons, what the occupation is that you're going for, and if you're trying for any extras for the Orilium Magical Readathon. I'd really love to know. And if nothing else and you'd just like to let me know that you were here, if you could leave me a flower emoji down in the comments below, that would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out. And that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.